Hello everyone. I came a bit earlier to make a test to make sure that you can all hear me and see me. So if you can hear and see me, please write in chat like, hi, we can hear and see you, so that I know that everything is going well. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. That's great. Let's wait for a few more minutes so that everyone comes. And during the while, let's introduce ourselves, like let's say hi to each other, your name, where are you from, where did you learn about this event? So to have small communication before we actually start. Hello, Rick from Berlin, Germany. Hello from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Alijan, thank you. Hello from Turkey. I think we will have a lot of guests from Turkey today. Hello from Philadelphia and from California. Hello, everyone. Hi from Southern Turkey. Hello, Emma. It must be very hot there now, I think. Hello from Istanbul. Very, very hot. Hi, hello to all. This is Alex from USA and Creative Cards. Hello, hello, Alex. We'll wait one more minute and then we will start. I just want to make sure that everyone who want to visit this class are here. Hello from Canada. Hello, hello. Let me show my presentation so to be sure you can see that as well. Thank you, I'm fine. What about you? Okay, so I shared my screen and I hope you can see it just well too. And while we are waiting, let me introduce myself for those who are visiting my workshop for the first time. My name is Khrystyna, and I'm originally from Ukraine, but living in Istanbul, Turkey since 10 years, and my store is also located here. I have started to sell on Etsy in 2019, and I actually really enjoyed this platform as it allowed me to do my hobby and turn it into everyday business. First, I came to Etsy as a buyer, and I really loved this website. I have always wanted to sell on Etsy, but I was always scared to make the first step. And for quite a long time, I had doubts. So I may say that I'm still newbie as I started comparatively recently, but still I would like to share my experience with all of you, as I think it may be really useful for those who have recently started their business on Etsy. So I see that there are a lot of people came already, so let us start. So a brand is the promise of an experience. So today we will be speaking about branding, and we will cover the following topics. Define and create a brand promise, develop a brand design palette, customize the look of your Etsy shop, branded packaging and promotional materials, customer service and social media, and we will have worksheets. We will have 2 worksheets during this workshop, and we will take a look at one of them in a while, and another one at the end of our workshop. So, what is brand? And here I would like to speak with you a little bit. I would like to see your understanding of the brand, what a brand is for you. Just share your opinion in chat to see what understanding of the brand you have, so that we can see, are we on the same point? Just let us see, will we get some answers? So basically, a brand is a promise that a shop gives to customers. Your brand set expectations and tell customers who you are. It is not just a color palette and logo like a lot of people think, even though these elements are also important part of the brand, but brand as a whole is rather the combination of both your image and story, the promises you give to your customers. Let us see, do we have some answers about brand? No, we don't have so far. Okay, let us continue. So branding brings the unique story of your business to life, helping your shop to stand out from the crowd and connecting your products with your target market. Each shop at Etsy is unique, and your brand should highlight that. Your brand gives your business a personality and communicates who you are and what you care about. Here I would like to pay your special attention to the story, as a lot of times story sells your product. Customers like to buy products that have a story behind them. Customer like to buy from the shops that have story behind them, just to support them. And I'm sure that most of us are here. Most of us here have some story. We did not come here just for selling. Something happened that bring us here on Etsy, or that just pushed us to do what we are doing. Your brand sets the tone of your business, and it creates memorable impressions and helps customers know what to expect when they purchase from you. One more reason why branding is so important is because your brand that helps to convert casual browser into repeat customer. Okay, we have one answer. Branding important. Is branding important if you, sorry, it's a question. Is branding important if your products are limited and do not grow on regular basis? For example, artwork I create. Yes, I think it's still important, even if you don't have a big variety of products. It's still important to keep your Etsy shop on brand, to keep your social media on brand. Actually, later we will talk a little bit more about that. But even if you have very small variety of products, if everything in your shop looks cohesive and follow your brand guidelines, it will still look very nice, and it will still impress the customers. It will still make them trust your brand. Okay, so I hope I answered this question. And actually, if you have some questions, just keep asking them. And at the end of the class or during the class, if we will have some pauses, I will come back and answer them. To me, branding helps to you to stand out from the crowd. Yes, it's definitely a very great and short answer, but really great and to the point. It's what makes you different from others. Okay, let's move on. And now we will speak how to define your brand promise. So when thinking about your brand promise, you have to ask yourself a question: why? Why people would choose my brand over others? Answering this question will help you to understand values your brand brings to customers and form your brand promise. This promise will provide a foundation for bringing your brand to life. Like all business decisions should align with your brand promise. A brand promise is a value or experience that customers can expect every time they interact with that business. When business delivers on that promise, the brand's value increases in the mind of customers. Once you capture what is special about your products, it's easier to communicate that unique selling proposition to your target audience consistently. For my brand, it is fast international shipping, so I'm trying to follow that and do my best that my overseas customers get their orders as soon as possible. So you may just think what is important for you and what can make your customers happy. Defining your brand. So let's look at some questions you can ask to define your brand. So first of all, why do you sell your products? Shoppers are drawn to the authenticity and personal aspect of what you do. So think about how the story of your business or how you got started fits into your brand. As I already mentioned, people like to buy from shops that have some story. And I'm sure each of us can share some unique story about how they get started their business. Sharing key backstory details, including the initial creative spark, notable milestones, and how your business has evolved, can help shoppers to connect with your brand on a personal level. The second important question is, who is your target market and what problems do my product solve for them? Understanding who is your target market is very important. When you understand who your target market is and how your products will improve their life, will help you to create a message that will identify what resonates with their values, interests, and needs. Try to create rough profile of your potential audience, the person who will use your product. Are they a perfect party host, a proud pet owner, or a green thumb? Consider the defining characteristics of your ideal customer. Factors like age, income level, local climate, cultural traditions, personal tastes will all have an impact on their purchasing patterns. At the end of this workshop, we will have one more worksheet with the questions, and that questions will help you to understand who is your ideal customer. Also, I would like to mention here that you may have few models of ideal customers as you sell a different variety of products that are aimed at a different auditory. So you have just take this in consideration as well. The third question is, what are the unique features and benefits of your products? What does your product reliably and uniquely bring to the table? Think about what you sell. What makes the cutting board you produce different from other cutting boards, or why your tablecloth is so special? It may be some small detail, but really significant. Let's say you make your tablecloth from recycled cotton because its production saves a lot of water and energy. So the people who care about environment, for them it will be the significant detail to choose your brand over others. All these differentiating qualities that your brand offers form your USP, a unique selling proposition. Think what you offer from your customer's perspective. What is unique about you that can serve their needs? And the last one, what types of feelings and experiences do you want your customer to associate with your shop? Try to think about what descriptive words you can use to differentiate yourself from your competitors. So now let's stop for a moment and try to make some practice. Let's try to define your descriptive words. So it is called 20, 10, and 10 and 4 exercise. You need to choose 20 words to describe your brand, then whittle them down to 10 and then to 4. So think about descriptive words that differentiate your business from your competitors. Now let's take a piece of paper and write down a list of 20 words to describe your brand, to describe the feelings and experiences you want customers associate with your brand. So let's wait for a minute when everyone does that. Try to put yourself in the place of customer. Think like customer. How do they feel about your brand? Or how do you want them feel about your brand? How would you characterize your brand from customer's perspective? Let's wait for one more minute to let everyone finish. Let's see, do we have some new questions? Okay, I think we may move forward. Now please go through that list of 20 words and lessen the list to 10 words that would characterize your brand the best. Think which words you would use and want other people to use to describe your items. Let's wait for one more minute so that everyone can finish this stage as well. I think this is a quick one because you need just to choose the ones which you already have. And now we approach to the last stage of our exercise. Let's take a look at our list of 10 words again and choose only 4 words. The 4 words you choose will inform how to appeal to your target customer. Please remember that in this last stage, we want to be as specific as possible. It's actually the same for our brand. We want to be as specific as possible. Our aim is not to be everything for everyone, but we try to be perfect for our ideal customer. So if you finish the exercise, you may share your results with other in our chat, like your shop name and your 4 words, of course, if you want, so that everyone can take a look and say their opinion. Do they agree with your 4 words or not? Do they feel the same about your brand? Because it's always good to see what other people think about your brand. So you may just share your results as soon as you finish and as soon as you're ready. And we will move on. So now it is time to form your brand promise. The best brand promise is a bold, concise statement that conveys the benefit your product offers over your competitors. It is better to make a simple and clear message so that you will have higher chance to stand out and being remembered. It should not be longer than a simple sentence or two. When crafting your brand promise, don't try to be a lot of things to a lot of people. Do not be generic. Just stand for one. Think in a big way. Now let's take a look at our slide again. Of course, every brand promise will be structured differently, but it can be helpful to keep the general framework in mind while drawing your own. So this is just small formula then that can give you an idea how to form your brand promise. So let's take a look. Every experience with, and here you will need to substitute with your business name, conveys your unique selling proposition and key values, unique for your brand. What is special and unique for your brand to my customers? So you may just use this formula as an example when forming your brand promise. As soon as you form your brand promise, it will be very useful to run a test with your friends, family, or even at the community, because it is always good to have second opinion and see what people think. It's actually not only brand promise, but about everything. It's always good to see what people think about. Here we have 2 good examples of product photos. And actually, if you check these 2 shops, you will notice how they follow their branding strategies through all their photos. In the first photo, we can see the handmade product with the accessories, the props they used in the photo, like threads and ribbons. They try to create a handmade atmosphere. The second photo is simple and not overwhelmed with details, so they try to keep attention on their jewelry and create a concept of simplicity. So now we will speak a little bit about how to communicate your brand. Here we should differentiate 3 main stages. It's before sale, during sale, and after the sale. On before the sale stage, it is important how you visualize your product on Etsy. Visual design is an important part of brand identity. An attractive logo and shop home are key elements here. Choose fonts, colors, design assets, and photos that evoke your brand. Design your marketing materials with your brand in mind. Your business cards, banner, and promotional postcards should have visual aesthetic that supports the image you hope to achieve for your brand. Use the same color scheme, logo placement, and fonts. Your designs don't need to be fancy, just consistent. And do not forget about your social media accounts. Everything there should be also consistent with your brand. During the sales stage, so write item descriptions with a tone of voice that reflects your brand personality. You may add some small details to the description that you think are important for your brand and will let your customers feel that. Tell the story behind your product and how it relates to your brand values. I already mentioned today how the story is important, and I'm mentioning it all the time because people always tend to buy items that have story behind them. Tell people about yourself, about your products, how you create them. Use some photos to illustrate that. Use your photo background and props to help to convey your shop's identity to your target customers. For example, you may choose few objects that you will use throughout your photos, and you may just play with their variations so that all photos are different, but still they keep the mood of your brand. And here, the last one is after the sales stage. So design your packaging to be consistent with your brand's personality. A well-packaged item will impress your buyers, turning fans into loyal repeat customers. And don't forget that your stamps, stickers, or label is an opportunity to remind your customers of your brand name and shop URL. You may actually be creative here. You may use some special kind of packaging, like, for example, recycled packaging, if you want to put stress that your brand is eco-friendly. With your package, you may also remind once again that you bought this item not just from Etsy, but from this particular shop on Etsy, because it's quite often, it's like this. When someone is asking, where did you buy that ring? And that they're answering, I bought it on Etsy. So this is something we don't want. When someone is asking, where did you buy this ring? The answer, desired answer for us, I bought it from this particular shop, like shop name on Etsy. So that's why we want to remind us in all possible ways to get this answer. Make sure your customer service philosophy extends to your brand identity. Branding extends to every aspect of your business, especially customer service activities like answering follow-up emails, shipping, and issuing refunds. Remember that a good brand means a good customer service, and it's actually good customer service that can turn even worst shopping experience into the best and help you to gain a regular customer. Sometimes it happens that we could make some mistakes with an order, but actually this is good customer service that will help to solve that mistake and make that customer to buy from us again. Also, you need to think about the style of your messages. Will it be casual or more official? Just choose what is appropriate for your brand and what you sell. And of course, follow this style through all your messages. Marketing, customer loyalty programs, newsletters, and social media content should also have consistent tone and aesthetic. Let's take a look. Do we have some questions? Not yet, so let us continue. Develop your brand's design palette. Similar to how your brand promise creates a foundation for bringing your brand to life, establishing a brand design palette provides a reference guide for all the digital and print assets that your business needs, like logo, business cards, packaging, product photos. Creating clear aesthetic guidelines informed by your brand promise will help you to illustrate personality and values of your shop while consistently connecting with your target market. The brand palette you choose does not have to be set in stone, but decisions should always tie back to what story and style you want your business to convey to your target market. What I mean is actually you may still play with colors. Like, for example, when you're planning a Christmas sale, so you may still add some colors that are associated with Christmas thematic, but it should not be overwhelmed with it. You should still let your brand palette play at the background. So when a customer looks at that, they should have a feeling like this is a Christmas product or this is a Christmas sale, but it is offered by this specific shop or brand. So your brand should still be the main point here, and it's your brand that is offering something for Christmas. Customers are not forgetting about your brand. And one more important thing that can help you with the brand palette, remember the 4 words, the exercise which we did a bit earlier during this workshop. So the 4 words you choose that express the feelings and experiences you want your customer to associate with your shops. So use these 4 words to help to inform the distinctive style of your business. Think of your 4 words, what colors they bring to your mind. How would you express them with colors? Do you think it is better to use bold font or italics? How the photo should look like if I want to express, let's say, happiness? So now let's take a look at some tips that will help you to develop your brand palette. So when choosing color, think what tones and colors combinations evoke the personality of your brand. What positive visual associations can you channel to capture the attention of your target market? It will be the best to identify 2 to 5 colors and decide on main colors and secondary colors for your visual storytelling. Check out Canva for resources and inspirations like choosing the perfect color palette. Actually, if you Google it, there are a lot of free tools that may help you to decide on your color palette. The next is font. First of all, your font should be clear and readable so that customers can understand it right away. Always choose consistent font combinations that reflect your brand personality. Think about the outlets where the font combinations will appear, including your logo, product packaging, marketing, and promotional materials, and your website, of course. Personally, I prefer some classic fonts because they are never out of fashion and they are easy to read. But of course, if you sell some party-related products, you may choose some funny fonts, but do not forget they should be clear and easy to read. And again, with fonts, you can get some help from Canva to choose the right fonts. And the photography. Photos are something really important on Etsy, and it is actually a good photo that sells your product. I will not dive into many details here, as photo is quite separate topic and we can talk a lot about that. And I'm also planning to make a workshop on it. So just do not forget to check the Etsy events page on Etsy.io, because it will appear there as soon as it is scheduled. But photos should echo your color palette and style through the cohesive backgrounds, thoughtful styling, and high-quality images. So now let's take a look at some good examples of shop branding. These shops are doing great job connecting all these elements together in a way that feels cohesive and on brand for their businesses. In the first image, we can see a lot of different bright colors. So the mood the Lula Flora wants to convey is fun, bright, happy. The second picture gives us modern, natural, artisanal feelings. The whole look of these spices make us think how natural they are, how good they should taste, and even the person who doesn't cook very often may want to buy them because of how they are represented in this image. Also, I would like to pay your attention to the fonts this brand is using. If you check their shop, you will see that they are consistent with their brand fonts everywhere, like their bottles, packages, banner, marketing material, etc. And the third shop wants to make stress that they're eco-friendly, and this image communicates that really great as for me. So even looking at one single picture, you can tell a lot about the brand. That is why it's very important for you to think about what emotions or feelings you want your brand to evoke, and develop all the elements of your brand according to it. So, how to customize the look of your shop? Once you establish the colors, fonts, and photo styles that align with your brand identity, the next step is to incorporate each element of that design palette into your shop's visual story. Here, there are a few more examples that represent their brand very well. Actually, you should not only represent your brand, but rather tell the story with your brand. Your shop home on Etsy is like a storefront of a physical shop. That is often how your brand makes the first impression on potential customers. Strong, cohesive visuals help to tell your story, who you are, what is so unique about your products, and why they should buy from you. So beyond your amazing products, these assets are often what gets buyers really excited about making a purchase. And there are two more great examples. The first photo is colorful, bright. It uses a lot of different colors and some handmade items. The second one is quite opposite. It uses only few colors of pastel tones. But what I would like to say here, whatever colors you decide to use, you need to be consistent. However, consistency does not always require everything in your shop to match. Instead, create some visual elements that complement one another, and that represent, that form small pieces, form a bigger picture of what you want to illustrate. When speaking about your shop customization, there are four main elements that you may customize on your Etsy shop. It's shop icon, shop banner, photography, and about section. So your shop icon is a logo for your business on Etsy. This small but powerful graphic will represent your shop across the site. So choose the identifiable image that reflects your brand. A great shop icon communicates something meaningful about your brand using simple graphics and minimal text. Here we have a great example of shop icon. We can see how cohesive it is with the brand itself. Just take a look at the products down, how cohesive they are. And here is one more strong example. This shop is using simple type-based icon, but notice how the graphic complements the products. When thinking about your logo or icon, you should take into consideration three main aspects. Is it easily understood? If you decide to use a graphic, make sure that buyers understand what it depicts and how it relates to your shop. The same about the text. If you decide to use some text, you need to make sure it is readable. It should not be too small or fancy that no one can understand it. It's also best to avoid using too much text, which becomes illegible at small sizes. Is it memorable? Simple and minimal icons tend to be more recognizable, so it will be easier for your previous customers to quickly recognize and find your shop in the future if they decide to buy from you again. Can it scale down? Preview your design in different variety of sizes to ensure that your final selection resonates even when it's scaled down. Personally, I have the name of my shop on the icon and skein of yarn as it's related to what I sell. I made a rebranding a few times and I actually changed my logo too. But still, I'm not completely happy with what I have now, and I want to make some improvements in future. But it is quite okay to make rebranding and to change everything. If you feel you are not happy with what you have, you can even use this process, the rebranding, to your benefit. You just like contacting your customers and telling, hey, look, we are updating our brand. Maybe you want to come and check what has changed. So another element of your shop branding is banner. Here we have an example of very simple but very, very nice banner. Your banner is one of the most prominent graphics that buyers see when visiting your shop. When someone opens your shop page, that is the very first thing they see, and that is what gives them the first impression about your shop. So that is why it is so important how your banner looks like. Here we have a few tips that will help you to make your banner properly. Design for correct dimension. Images that display clearly signal to the buyers that your business is polished and professional. Highlight your best imagery. Your banner is the perfect spot to show products in action or a style shot that highlights the range of your collection together as a whole. Or you may just experiment and make a collage banner, like 2, 3, 4 or more photos together. Just you need to make sure that all photos are of good quality, clear and visible. Use text sparingly. If you want to include your shop name in your banner, make it big enough to read on mobile devices and keep text in the center of the photo so it's legible when the image is scaled down. Reflect major milestones. Over the course of the year, your banner is good space to reflect seasonal changes, like gift-giving holidays, for example, Christmas, milestones, or special occasions, similar to updating your window display or rearranging shelves of the physical store. So here we will have a few more examples. Here is an example of shop banner that incorporates design elements from this shop's line of products. It's reflecting what this shop is about. This is another great example of banner, and what makes it different from other examples that it is that this banner consists of 4 smaller images that show the range of shop's collection. If you are Etsy Plus member, you will have an option of collage and carousel banners. Collage allows you to assemble up to 4 coordinating images into one banner. And carousel, as you see, we have this one in example here, allows you to showcase a set of 4 rotating images on a continuous loop. With this design, you can take buyers on a tour of your shop offerings. Of course, your items are the heart of your business, and the only way to present them visually is with good photos. The good photo is the one that aligns with your overall shop aesthetic and caters your target market. Be deliberate in how you assemble the product shots and use photo backgrounds and props. Each image appearing on your homepage should reinforce your shop story as a whole. When arranging your listings, remember that photo backgrounds that complement each other can make your shop look cohesive. all backgrounds don't have to be exactly the same, but they should work well together. You have an option to feature a few listings in your Etsy shop. Feature listings are located just below your shop announcement, and this is the perfect space to attract buyers with your most eye-catching inventory. So you are able to show 4 items at once, but I would advise choosing more than 4 so that if one is sold out, it will be automatically substituted by the next in line. Choose the listings that best represent your shop aesthetic. That way you can quickly introduce buyers to your brand and make them view the other products in your shop. You may also change the featured items from time to time and put the ones that attract customers the most at that particular period of time. Here, I would like to give you a few tips that will help you to optimize your feature listings. First of all, as I already mentioned, keep a full queue. As I already mentioned, up to 4 featured listings will display at the top of your shop home. But you can add as many as you like to your queue so that you're sure that you're always having new ones coming in case something is sold out. Be consistent. As with all of your imagery, your featured listings should be cohesive in terms of styling so that buyers get a clear and immediate sense of your brand. Choose listings with main photos that coordinate well in terms of background, lighting, and color palette. Mix and match. Try highlighting different product combinations to show buyers how well different items in your collection work together. And of course, keep it fresh. Rotate your feature sets periodically using the space to spotlight new items, special offers, and seasonal products. And here we came to About section. Your About section is placed at the bottom of your homepage. This is where you can tell buyers about yourself, inspires you, why you decide to open your shop, how your products are made, all information about yourself and about your business that you think is relevant to share. You may also add a few more photos that show yourself, your workplace, the process of creation of your items, as well as video. That will help your customers to feel that they're buying from a real person. Also, as I already mentioned, people like to buy from places with story. They come to Etsy to buy something special, so that story will make your item special. Here there are a few more tips that you may use when creating your About section. So share a memorable story that describes how you got started to help shoppers connect with your items on personal level. Use photo carousel to support your written narrative and communicate your shop story. Add a video to shoppers and an intimate look at your products and your process. Well, it shouldn't be some long video, but even saying hi to your customers and introduce yourself shortly will have very, very big impact. Show off what makes you unique. Highlight unique materials, production process, and anything else that might help your shop stand out to make your shop unique. So shop owner photo or profile photo, it appears prominently at the top right corner of your homepage. As you see here, we have 2 examples. The down one, this is the real photo of the shop owner, a real person. And the upper one, it's not photo, but image of shop owner, not real one, but of course in style of this shop, it's brand cohesive with all other brand elements. So both of them are perfectly good. They look nice, but personally, I think that real photo is better. So their customer can see from whom they are buying right away, who is creating their items. It feels more personal and special as for me. But when you decide to use a real photo, you should make sure that this is close photo of you so that the face can be visible. Not that on the photo you're standing somewhere far away and it's hard to recognize your face. That icon is really, really small, so it will be hard to see the face if you stay too far on photo. Also, it should fit well in that circle so that customer can see your face, not somewhere else. Branded packaging and promotional materials. So packaging is an opportunity to provide a brand-aligned and memorable impression of your products. Whether you are in early stages of establishing your business or looking to expand or refresh, a strategic approach to packaging and promoting your products is the key. That is because your customers see your packaging before they even see the item they ordered. It's their very first in-person impression of your product. So you want to make it memorable. But when creating packaging and marketing materials, you should not forget that they have to be brand cohesive. It is also important to consider the impact and impression each component will have on your target market. So, will incorporating eco-friendly shipping materials help illustrate your focus on sustainability, or is your primary audience compelled by minimalist, social media-ready product packaging? What in-person resources can you develop that will delight potential shoppers and keep your business top of mind? Now let's take a look at some examples and go over some ideas that can be useful when creating your brand packaging. So pre-authorize product labels. Labels you attach to your products will make them easily recognizable, enabling fans to track down your business after the initial sale, which can lead to repeat sales. And you can be really creative here. It may be just custom stamps, stickers, fabric labels, engraved metal tags, or paper hang tags. Whatever suits the best for the product you sell, for your brand concept in general, and of course your budget. Product packaging plays a variety of roles, from protecting your product during shipping so it's not damaged on the way, to providing a brand aligned, memorable first impression of your product. So it is also a great marketing instrument. You may include your contact information as well as share information about the use or care of your products, along with the materials or ingredients, sizing information, etc., etc. Also, you may think about packaging for wholesale orders and to take the extra step to perfectly package them, and smaller orders like 1 or 2 items. So to make sure you are not spending too much time or too much money packaging them. Business cards and supplemental marketing materials like postcards, stickers give your buyers more opportunities to connect and share your shop with their friends. Think about the marketing materials you enjoyed receiving as a customer. It may be a handwritten note saying thank you for the order. It is especially good to use if you're just starting your business. It will let each of your customer feel special. But of course, if you have too many sales each day, it will be a bit hard for you to write a thank you note for each order. So you may just order some nice ready cards. When selling in person, many of your core marketing materials will be the same as what you send with your online order, like business cards, product labels. They should still be a priority. It is also important that you do not forget to include the package price and marketing materials price in your overall pricing formula. because otherwise you may lose money. If you're just starting, it should not be something expensive. You can always evolve and refine your packaging and promotional materials as your shop grows. So we came to our last section, customer service and social media. Actually, not last, almost we are finishing. So, as for me, actually, customer service is one of the most important aspects of a successful brand. It is an opportunity to express your brand promise and hone your communication style. There are three key elements that determine a good customer service. The first one is customer interaction. So these are direct messages between you and your customer. When you answer customer questions, and the quicker you answer your customer, the better it is. Or when you are contacting your customer to ask something, also do not be afraid to contact your customer. If you have some doubts about their order, it is always better to double check than send the wrong item. Your customer will like such attention. No doubts, they will adore this. So positive one-to-one interactions can turn an everyday shopper into a regular customer. Shop policies help to set realistic expectations. Do not overpromise and then underdeliver. It is better to make quite opposite. Your shop's policies need to clarify your production times, order preparation times, shipping times, return and cancellation conditions, outline your payment options, or anything else that your customer needs to know when buying from you. And frequently asked questions. Usually the function of frequently asked questions section is misunderstood. You should not add some general technical details there, but to be specific about your brand and about your products, about your conditions, about your questions. You need to answer the questions that customers may have about your shop and your products. Also, you may edit it over time. Actually, that is what I'm doing all the time. As soon as I notice that a few of my customers asked me the same question, I added to frequently asked questions section. As I already mentioned, direct messages are one of the most immediate and personal touch points of your brand, as they will help you not only gain new customers, but turn them into regular ones. You may also want to try the saved snippets tool to keep frequently used responses on file. You can create prepared responses for Etsy messages and use them to respond when buyer sends a question or comment that you receive frequently. So instead of typing the same reply each time, you can just choose and reuse a saved reply from your library. And your shop policy should always be realistic. Do not give promises that you are not able to make. Make your policies as clear as possible so that customers know what to expect when they buy from you. And the most important, keep your policies up to date. If some conditions changed in your shop, do not forget to update your policies accordingly. Here I would like to mention a few words very short about star sellers. So let me, it's very important element of good brand as well, at least for Etsy. So let me also mention this one. There are three main qualification criteria to become a star seller based on the last 3 months of your shop data. First is the response rate. To get a positive qualification, you need to respond to initial message within 24 hours. So this helps to create a great experience for shoppers that keep them coming back. And in case, for example, you know that for some reason you will not be able to answer in 24 hours, like on weekends you're not working and you do not want to answer messages, it's quite normal. So the great solution is to set auto replies, and your rate should be at least 25% or more. Five-star rating. I think this is quite obvious. The more five-star reviews you're getting, the better it is. You need to keep your score at 4.8 or more. And the last one is shipping. The last but not least, buyers love sellers that ship on time and include tracking on their orders. At least 95% of your orders should be shipped on time and with tracking number on it, or with the shipping label purchased on Etsy if it is available for you, because not for all countries. I know that there are a lot of international auditory today, so it's not available for all countries, but if it's available for you, definitely recommend to benefit from that. And social media. So remember, everything that you are sharing on social media should be cohesive with your brand, as it is continuation of your shop's branding. The more you keep your posts on brand, the more your followers should be able to recognize your brand instantly from your post's imagery and voice. Ideally, your fans will be able to spot a post from you in their feed without having to check for your account name. The most impactful posts often incite conversation. Think about asking a question or sharing personal story rather than strictly posting item details. Definitely, you may also make posts the purpose of which is only to show your product and sell. But if you want to see more interaction, you may create some posts that will call them to actions, like you're asking them a question and they have to answer. And a few more tips for creating memorable on-brand posts. So keep up your aesthetic, select visuals that convey a clear message, styled with cohesive backgrounds, colors, props that share the story behind your items. Mind your tone. Your social posts are for potential buyers, including returning shoppers, so write them the same way that you write listing descriptions or messages to customers on Etsy. Consider how your tone aligns with your product and how it will strike your audience. Expand your reach with hashtags. Hashtags have the potential to draw in followers who could become future customers. Straightforward hashtags that describe your products can attract new buyers, while broader thematic hashtags can help you reach customers who share brand values like eco-friendly business practices, for example. Explore video. Video can be a great way to communicate your brand values in an engaging format. You might show the care that goes into each product with a process video, or give a behind-scenes peek at your workspace through a studio tour. So here we came almost to the end of our workshop. As I promised, we have two worksheets that will help you to determine your brand or just fine-tune it. So the first one is a target market worksheet. So this is what will help you to understand your ideal customer. There are some characteristics which you have to feel about your customers to understand how to move on with your brand, like age, location, gender, income level, personality, values, lifestyle, etc., etc. And there are some questions about your ideal customer, about their lifestyle, about what will help them, what will help you to understand how your product will fit into their life. Does your customer work? What is their family situation? Why does your customer want or need your product? So When you answer these questions, it will help you to finish the picture of your ideal customer. And the second one is a worksheet for 2010-4 exercise, which we have already made. But still, I will share with you both of these worksheets. You may contact me on Etsy or better by my mail, which I will share later in the description so that it's safe, because if I will add it to chat right now, I think it will disappear later. So I will add this one to the description to this video, as well as my Instagram account. You can contact me there, or you can also ask here under this video on YouTube. I will share it everywhere. So my mail is craftsyarn@gmail.com, but I will write down for you so you can refer to it later. Just write me there and I will send you a copy of this presentation together with these worksheets so you can practice yourself later and to fine-tune your brand. Now let's take a look. Do we have some questions? Because it's now time to ask all your questions if you have. Let's take a look. Okay, very creative presentation. Let me subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that you liked it. Canva has a lot of interesting fonts, but a lot of them are licensed, so you need to buy the commercial license from the artist site to legally use them. Absolutely true. Not all fonts are free, and it's not only on Canva, it's, I mean, in a lot of tools like that, there are free fonts and paid ones. So unfortunately, if you want to use them, you have to buy that. You have to buy the license. And as far as I know, there are two different types of license, like personal use and commercial. It's like that for images. I think for fonts is like that as well. So you have to make sure that it's also allowed for commercial use, because you will use it to sell your products on Etsy. Thank you for insightful workshop. I have filled an A4 paper font in black with ideas to improve my brand and shop. That's great. If you want, you may share that with me as well. You may send your paper to your document to my email, so I will see, maybe I can advise something. If you want, I will be happy to help. Just if you have any questions after this workshop or not related to this workshop, you can always contact me by email or Instagram. I will be more than happy to help you if I can. Thank you for the advice. Instagram, yes, I have an Instagram, and I will share it also in the description section of this video. Okay, I see there are no more questions, so I will wait for a minute or two more if you have some questions. Okay, one more question. Do you ship your products from Turkey? My main market is the USA, and it's very expensive to ship there. Can you recommend a shipping courier? Well, yes, I'm shipping from Turkey, and mostly I'm shipping internationally, like USA, Europe, yeah, a lot of different countries. I mean, I am shipping everywhere from where I'm getting orders and where it's possible to ship. Only if it's some place where none of the shipping companies are not working, then I'm not shipping there, but almost to each point of our earth. Can you recommend shipping courier? Well, there are a lot of different shipping couriers, and here you should think about your budget. You have to calculate what is affordable for you. Like, is it what is priority for you? For example, as I already mentioned in our workshop today, for me it's priority fast shipping. So I am eager either to pay a little bit more expensive, but to ship quicker, because myself I'm also making purchase in internet, and I know how impatient I am when I'm waiting my package. Each day I'm checking when it will arrive, and I know that people who are ordering from me, they're also maybe impatient. I maybe not that much as me, but they are still waiting on that one, and they want to receive it as soon as possible. So I choose always the ones who are the quickest shippers. But there are different options. There are some companies that offer moderate prices, let's say cheaper prices, but it takes longer time, like 3 or 4 weeks. That depends what is your point, and what is your aim. And here I see that someone is and that we have someone advising Navlungo from Turkey. Yes, this is one of the options which you can use to ship your products, or you can just check your local markets and check different companies that are on the market. So, and contact them and try them, how they're working, what quality, how quick they're delivering, how many products, how quick, how many problems can they create on the way, how safe they are delivering, because sometimes, especially if it's international shipping, there is high chance that the package may be lost somewhere on the way. So just scan your market, try to contact different companies, try to work with different companies, and choose the one which you like. But yes, overseas shipping, unfortunately, are kind of expensive. Do you recommend putting a QR code of your shop on your business card? Definitely, you may do that because it's an easy way to find you. It's one of the ways to remind you. You may put QR code, URL, shop name, whatever is the best way for you, or whatever is the easiest way for you. Use that one, because even a QR code or link, it's one more reminder about your shop and about how they can find you. And I think QR code is a really great idea, because it's very easy. You're just scanning it and it will bring to your shop. So it's really great. I'm in the US, and I waited almost 2 months to get a wooden sunglass stand from the UK, and after a while the tracking stopped, so that was fun. Yeah, I mean, international shipping, it's a challenge, and as I already told, it depends a lot from the shipping company that you choose, and you actually cannot know how it will go until you try. I mean, when you are choosing the shipping company, of course all of them are promising that everything will pass great, but you never know when something can happen, and especially if it's such far distances, there are a lot of challenges on the way, like they are changing planes few times, they are entering customer service, custom control few times in the country from which they are leaving. Always there, if it's, for example, I'm sending from Turkey, there will be one more stop in Europe, they will change plane, but also they are passing through custom control one more time there, and then again they're going to USA, let's say, and they will pass custom control in USA. So yes, there is high chance that it may be lost somewhere on the way, it may be delayed because of work. Unfortunately, such things are happening, and you never know when it comes, because there may be 100 packages that passed without problem, and one package had such a problem. But the best way to avoid this one is just to track each your package. For example, I have such a habit, once or twice a week, it depends how much work I have, how busy I am at that period of year, I'm checking all packages I sent this week with their tracking numbers, and I just take a look if something is wrong, I mean, if it's stuck somewhere, if it's not going, if there's some strange actions are happening with my package, I'm just contacting the shipping company and try to solve it. Or if it's something unsolvable, just to replace it as soon as possible so that customer can still receive and enjoy their order. Thank you for your thoughts. That is thoughts on that, as I'm thinking of including QR code to my packaging somehow. Yeah, I mean, you can add your QR code, I think, to the cards or labels if you are including one. Yeah, I think the cards, because usually from my experience and from the orders which I made, I always I always noticed that this information was included to cards where there are all information about shop, like name, contacts. So I think QR code will look nice there. Like on one side you may make all the information, and on the other side QR code. But of course, this is like just an idea, but you need to consider about that. Maybe you can find something creative, because it's a big field where you can experiment just to differentiate yourself, to show yourself differently. Okay, is there any other questions? If so, you may type them now. I will wait for 1 more minute, and then we will end our workshop, as I already took a lot of your time. But I hope you enjoyed this workshop. Thank you everyone for attending, for spending your time, and I hope it was useful for you. So don't forget to visit Etsy page and check what workshops are available in nearest future, as there are a lot of interesting workshops coming. Also, if you have any other questions, please do not forget that you can always contact me on Etsy, by email, on Instagram, whatever is the best way. I will try to answer and help you. So thank you everyone who visited this workshop. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great evening. Bye bye everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.